Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, September the 4th, and I'm on the daily chart here with XRP. Not a lot has happened over the last few days, but it looks like this was a wave 4 up, and it looks like we're starting to put in our final fifth wave. It's going to most likely come down here to test 255 to 250, somewhere in that area. This is the 200-day exponential moving average. So it looks like we're going to come down and catch that as support, hopefully. Again, I still hold that this was a larger wave one. This isn't a wave four. It's just not acting like a wave four typically would in an impulsive market. A lot of people have this as a wave one, this is wave two, and then this impulse up in the middle of July was wave three. I actually only believe this was wave one. Now we're putting in wave two, and then wave three, four, and then five to come, which is going to most likely take us to that low two-digit range. That could be, I think we're going to hit, $6 to $8 before the end of the year, but that low two-digit range could come in early March of next year. So that's what we're kind of weighing here. We're trying to figure out where time and price is going to be. But yeah, overall, I'm still macro bullish. We've not invalidated anything here. What it looks like we had was just a test to see where breakout liquidity would be, and now we're coming back to retest the middle of this entire range that we've been trading for the last 8 or 9 months. So yeah, pretty easy. In fact, if you go and find the visible range volume profile, oh, got too many indicators up here. Hold on one second. Let's delete that one. Yeah. So if you come back here and you look at this entire range over the last 8 months, let's see here. Let's get it in view. So yeah, you're looking at a price, hopefully a floor around 250. We could overthrow to that 245 area. But that's what we're looking at. I'm really not going to get excited about anything. Like I mentioned to you the other day in my video, I'm not going to get excited about XRP price until we close a couple of 4-hour candles above 310, 315 area. Until then, it's just going to be a lot of chop. So if you're looking for long opportunities, I would either long down here upon the successful hold of a daily candle on the 200 EMA, or I would start longing back above 315. Or, you could even start longing back above if you want to have a little bit more risk. Start longing above 302 and 303 because that was the previous monthly open. That was the previous weekly open. So, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago. So those are some of the things you can look at there. Outside of that, not a lot really to say here. Really, the entire market continues to watch Bitcoin, and I would imagine that Bitcoin wants to come down here and catch this major volume node as well at around 104, 105. If we don't hold there, it's pretty obvious where the next level of support would be, right there at that 95,000 region. We could still come here and be overall bullish. I think if we start coming down here to the 95 area, then we are probably going to start looking at a potential setup where this just bounces back up to 115 and then we roll over. So that's what I'm currently looking at, is some potential scenarios here. But anyway, those are just my thoughts here as we get towards the end of the week. Of course, with today being Thursday and looking at this weekly candle, I'm wondering if this is going to end up closing red, because this last week was just so bullish. I mean, we had no buy volume on the backside of this candle here to push us up, really. So, without a huge engulfing weekly candle, green candle, I would think, and it looks like we're starting to roll over, and we're going to come down here for a final red candle on the weekly. Then hopefully over the next couple of weeks, we start to find buyers and support, and we can dig out of here rather quickly. But yeah, we need to hold this 250 area. If we don't, then I'm really going to start to lose my overall bullish macro bias. And we'll just have to reevaluate. That's what we do in trading. We can't predict perfectly what's going to happen 248 days from now. All we can try to do is see what the daily is doing, where the weekly is going, where we're trending. Of course, on the weekly, we're still trending to the upside. Everything is still pointed upwards. On the daily, it just looks like we're in the midst of more chop. So we just have to wait for a clear established trend, and we'll go from there. Hope everybody has a great Thursday. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.